Hey everybody, welcome back to another guitar lesson on 101 Guitar Lessons. My name is Lorne. Thanks so much for joining me today. We are going to learn the very first chord that you need to learn when you're picking up the guitar for the first time, and that is the almighty power chord. So before we jump into that, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of the other videos. Thanks so much for joining me. Every little bit of support helps. I really appreciate it. So let's jump right in. Very first chord that you need to learn is the power chord. It's called the power chord because it's so flexible and it's a very neutral sounding chord, okay? And it really only takes 2 fingers to be able to play it. So let's jump right in and get started. Let's take a closer look at the fretboard. So you're going to want to take your first finger and you're going to place it on the 6th string at the 1st fret here, okay? You're going to be as close to the fret as possible without actually touching it. All right, so that's the first note of the chord. Then you're going to take your 3rd finger here and you're going to go over 1 string to the 5th string at the 3rd fret, okay? So your first finger stays down here, your 3rd finger goes here, and you're going to play those 2 together and strum. All right, so that right there is the basics of the power chord. It's called the 6th root power chord because the root note or the name note of the chord will be found on the 6th string. Now, if you don't know the names of the notes, and you probably don't, you might want to check out this video right here for a quick tutorial on how to find the notes really easily on the guitar. But assuming that you know, here's the F, the 1st fret here. So if you're playing that shape where you're basically going 1 string over and 2 frets up with your 3rd finger from your 1st, and you're playing those 2 strings only. So you want to make sure that you're only strumming those 2 strings, okay? And you can rest. What I'm doing is I'm resting the pick after I hit those 2 on the next string. So let's take a close look. Right here with my right hand, I'm holding the pick and I'm strumming these 2 strings, okay, together and resting on, see, I'm hitting and staying on that 4th string. So that's called a rest stroke, if you will, if you want to get technical, but this is about power chord. So there's your 6th root power chord. A great thing about the power chord is you can move it all around the neck. So if you had a song that you wanted to play right away, it won't necessarily sound exactly like it, but let's say the song was, I don't know, A, D, and G. Okay, so the song was like this. A, I know that there's an A here on the 5th fret. Again, if you don't know, check out that video on how to find the notes. But the 5th fret is an A, so I'm playing the power chord shape with my 1st finger on the A. And my 3rd finger is just going to be 1 string over, 2 frets up. See, here's the A, 1 string over, 2 frets up. That's the power chord. So there's the A. D I know is at the 10th fret, and I said G. And this is just a random progression that I made up, but the idea is so that sounds like it could be a song. So rather than playing open chords, which are a little bit more complicated, take more fingers, more strength, and more coordination, you can get started playing right away. So an A, D, G in open chords would look and sound like this. So it sounds a little bit more rich, a little bit more full, but with power chords, you get to play right away, and that's why the power chord should be the first chord that you learn. Again. Now, we've learned the 6th root power chord. You can also learn a power chord on the 5th and 4th string. Let's take a close look at that. So remember, we learned how to play a power chord here with our 1st finger on the 6th string and our 3rd finger on the 5th, right? 2 frets apart. All you have to do is move that over 1 string each. And you can play that as a power chord as well. So if you already know how to play the 6th root power chord, you know how to play the 5th root power chord. Again, it's called the 5th root power chord because the root note or the name note, A, D, C, G, A flat, whatever, can be found on the 5th string in this case. And your 3rd finger is going to automatically go 1 string over, 2 frets up, just like it did with the other set. The challenging part about this type of power chord is that you can only strum the 5th and the 4th strings. So you're not strumming the 6th and you're not strumming any of the others, okay? Let's take a closer look. When you're strumming the 5th root power chords, you want to make sure that you're only strumming the 5th and the 4th string and not anything above or below it. So really small movements with your right hand. Again, with the 6th root power chord here, you can, these are small movements as well. 5th root, I can move that around also. Notice the shape stays exactly the same and the relationship of the fingers stay the same as well. small movements with my right hand. Small movements is really just a wrist movement with the picking, whereas it's more of a full arm motion when you're strumming open chords, okay? But this is just simple to get you started and get you playing right away so that you can get some enjoyment out of playing the guitar. That's it. Super easy, fun, and quick lesson on power chords. 6th root power chords, 5th root power chords, and you're off to the races. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I'm happy to answer them. And if you have suggestions on new lessons or content or anything else, just leave it down there as well. Please, if you haven't, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, most importantly. Every little bit of support helps. Thank you so much. My name is Lauren, and I'll see you guys on the next lesson. Have fun rocking and rolling. Remember, guitar playing, it's not a destination, okay? The goal is not to ultimately get to the top of the mountain. Is to enjoy the process, okay? So enjoy that process. Enjoy playing guitar. I'll see you guys at the next lesson.